Welcome to the Proust Questionnaire.
35 questions giving us insight into what makes creative people tick.
And we're so excited to be on Zoom here with two all-star superstars, Pietra Parker and Miss Cookie Dough. So first of all, thank you, Pietra Parker and Miss Cookie Dough, to join us today.
Thank you for inviting us. Thank you very much.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. Thank you. Thank you for having us here during Pride Month. I'm so excited. I can't wait to answer all of your questions and more.
So and more. Okay, that's really great. Yes, and happy Pride. We're so you're the perfect, just ideal dream guests for us for Pride. So let's get going. Yeah, with two very glamorous subjects today.
And we also want to say that Pietra Parker is, of course, reigning queen of Drag Wars, which is hosted by Shequida. So thank you for royalty in the house. We are happy about that. So that is an honor.
Yeah, to work.
Awesome. Totally fantastic. And we'll start right here. And Caroline, who's written about Marie Antoinette and other great queens in history, who's an expert on fashion and on other queens, so is really the perfect interview partner.
So we have to start thinking of when you're gonna start writing about me.
That
I can give you all the material.
As soon as the Zoom
you have a lot of material.
I will. Yeah, you know when I wrote this book on Marie Antoinette many years ago, it was called Queen of Fashion. And there were these wonderful, amazing drag queens who were Marie Antoinette impersonators who used to show up at all my book tour events. And they were so phenomenal, and they looked so much better than any of the slides of like fusty old portraits I had of actual Marie Antoinette. So I feel like you can only be an improvement on my past areas of study. So again, this is just a thrill. And Uli, did you want to start today, or shall I?
Oh, Caroline, you'll do the honor, and you'll invite our royalty to answer our first question. And
okay.
And afterwards, we just want to point out one thing. You both have great Instagram at Pietra Parker and Miss Cookie Dough. We also have Instagram, Proust.questionnaire. Of course, people can find you there and follow us, but you're unavoidable. You're ubiquitous and you're fabulous. So in some ways, we're just happy to give you another space to really shine. So Carrie, you can start.
Okay, queens. We'll start with a good one. What is your idea of perfect happiness?
Who goes first?
You go first.
I go first?
You go first.
Okay, so I think the fact that you can be who you really are without worrying about what other people are saying about you, or being surrounded by the people that you love, being able to do just whatever you want to do. I think this is like a perfect happiness for me, because I'm able to control my life in the direction that I want to follow. So that makes me happy. So I think And being surrounded by the people that you like and love you, and so
Yeah.
Yes. I think kind of the same thing. I think my idea of happiness is like a place where everybody loves each other. There's not a lot of hate like we have today.
Yeah.
And you can be who you are, be free to do whatever you want to do, to express your art, and be happy about it. It can be celebrated. That's what I think.
Beautiful, thank you. Pietra Parker, what is your greatest fear?
Okay, so I'm not scared of dying, but I'm scared of how am I gonna die? You know, like I don't want to have like a horrible, gross dying, like an accident, like that my body parts are gonna be all over the place. I rather die just like very beautifully sleeping, you know, like not of a serious disease, nothing like that. So I think my biggest fear is the way I'm gonna die, not the fact that I'm gonna die. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to be scared of dying. I used to be like, oh, I don't want to die. What's gonna happen if I die? But not anymore. I passed through this stage already. Now I'm just worried about how I'm gonna die.
I think I am on this stage right now because I am afraid of dying, actually. because I think that I have so much to do and so much that I want to do, that I want to learn so many things that I'm afraid that at some point tomorrow or in 5 days, everything's going to be over. So that's my biggest fear right now, to die like that. I can die any day, anytime. But I'm on the process to stop thinking about it.
Yeah, so Miss Cookie Dough, I'm knocking on wood, spitting across my shoulder, saying toy, toy, toy. I'm a very superstitious person, so none of this will happen, and will happen for a long time.
Thank you.
But you know, Marcel Proust, the writer who made this set of questions famous, he has this great part in one of his books where he realizes at the end of his long book that he wants to become an artist. And he says that the only thing that he's afraid of then is that he will die, because he is both the raw material and the architect. So both of those things need to keep going in order for his art to be created. So having that much you want to do, that it all goes away with you if you don't
exactly.
So that makes sense. I'm also very superstitious, and I'm knocking on wood silently so I don't disrupt our Zoom. Miss Cookie Dough, I'll ask you this one first. What is the trait you most deplore in yourself?
I don't know. I think it would be my laziness. Oh my God, yeah, because I'm always lazy to do everything I have to force myself to do. To practice my makeup, because it takes a lot of time. To try new things, like new colors on my makeup, to try new things to study and everything. So I'm always like fighting myself to not leave it for the next day.
Yeah.
It's something that I do a lot.
And Pietra Parker?
Well, I'm definitely very impulsive. So sometimes I don't think before I act. So if a situation just happens, it just hits me. And instead of just thinking of what I'm going to do to solve this problem, I just go and create a storm. So I don't like this part of me. But, I'm always working to be a better person. But it's difficult. I'm very dramatic. I create a drama. Things hit me 10 times more than they should hit me for some reason. So I think that's the thing that I least like about my personality. I'm very impulsive.
Okay. What is the trait, and now we'll stay with you, Pietra, for a sec. What is the trait you most deplore in others?
I don't like fake people. I think also people that disrespect what you do, because I think we all are entitled to our own opinion. We have the right to like something or dislike something, but you also have to be careful when your honesty becomes a little bit of an aggression or an unnecessary aggression. Like if you don't have anything positive to say to someone, just don't say anything, because you sometimes don't know what the other person are dealing with in their lives. So I don't like fake people, and I don't like people that doesn't know how to respect other people.
Same thing with me. I don't like fake people, and I don't like people that doesn't think before they say something. Exactly as Pietra says, sometimes they are aggressive. They try to not to compliment you, but it's not something that is really complimentary in what you're doing. It's kind of aggressive, and I don't like that.
Especially when you're doing like something that you really love. For example, our art. I see my art as like a daughter. Pietra Parker is like a daughter to me. Exactly. So I take very good care of her. I think everything about her. I try to, she's my daughter. So if someone just come to me with not like a constructive criticism, but just to be hateful, that hits me. And then you're gonna see my most deplorable trait of my personality, because then I'm gonna create a drama. I'm like, girl, no.
Then you're gonna see the storm.
For your opinion. So
Pietra Parker storm.
When the Pietra Parker storm hits you right back.
Ms. Cookie Dough, which living person do you most admire?
I think I would say my father. Because after everything he gone through, where we live, where I used to live in Brazil, in Rio. And he raised us, me and my two sisters, with no problem. We had education, food on the table every day. So I think he's the person that I most admire in this whole world.
Yeah.
Nice. Pietra, which is the living person you most admire?
Okay, so if we are talking about family or someone that is close to us, I definitely have to say my mom too, because she has a very beautiful story. You know, she was very, very poor when she was a kid and teenager, and then she went to Rio. I'm from Rio in Brazil, and she was from some other part of the country. And then she went to Rio, and then she started working, and she built a career, and she raised me and my sister very well. Of course, I have my father too, but my mom is the closest to me. So I think I really admire her for all the things that she's been through and all the teachings that she had to give to me and my sister. She's a strong woman. I admire her.
Pietra, what is your greatest extravagance?
My greatest extravagance. You know, sometimes I spend a lot of money with my drag that I don't really need to spend. Like I cannot see a wig. I cannot see a beautiful pair of shoes. So sometimes I cannot control myself. I'm always buying new makeup, new wigs, new shoes. My house is full of these things, and of course I always use them, but I don't really need to have them, all of them at the same time. So I think I go crazy sometimes with this products, beauty products. Not that I need that much because I'm a natural, but you know, I just buy them.
So humble.
Well, we agree.
I am humble.
Yeah. With me, the same thing. I think my drag is my most extravagance. I'm always spending money on wigs, clothing and stuff, makeup. But we want to try new things and always be like updating our makeup, always be like on trend and everything. So we are always spending money on our drag. So that's my great extravagance.
Yeah. Do you know any drag queens who don't spend a lot of money on makeup and wigs and clothes? It seems like an expensive activity.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is so expensive.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. Of course, you can, like, for example, when you start doing drag, you can always find, you know, cheap resources, like good things that you can buy with the money that you have. You don't really have to spend a lot of money. But I believe when you start seeing this as your career, you start looking for the best makeup, the best wig, the best shoes, and these things cost money. So eventually becomes expensive. It is expensive.
Miss Cookie Dough, what is your current state of mind?
During this quarantine, I think my state of mind will be a loss. I'm so lost about everything that I want to do and what I have to do. And I have to organize my time to do everything that I want to do and everything that I have to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently really lost, but I'm putting myself together.
Okay. Yeah, we wouldn't guess that, but that's why we ask these questions.
Yeah.
To find out the real you. Pietra Parker, what is your current state of mind?
Well, at this moment, I think I'm very hopeful because I think we are at a stage that things are starting to get better a little bit at least. And from what I see where I live, you know, I see things starting to come back to normal, you know, as much as possible. But I'm also, like I said, I'm moving. I'm moving to California eventually after all this pandemic situation finishes. And so I'm starting to making plans. So I'm dreaming, you know, I'm talking to people. I have now a reason to be more hopeful because I'm gonna start a new life there. So yeah, I think I'm more hopeful than anything at this moment.
Great.
Pietra, on what occasion do you lie?
Like Oh, that's interesting. Like, if I don't, like I said, if I don't want to hurt someone's feelings and someone asks me for my honest opinion, but I'm not too close to that person. For example, there was a girl one day, I didn't know her. We were not close, but she asked me, "Oh, do you like this dress that I bought? Look, I'm so excited." And she was very excited, but the dress was horrible. If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sorry I lied to you. I said that it was beautiful, but I just didn't want to hurt her feelings because she was so happy. And I think sometimes when you get something for you and you're very excited about it, you don't really need people's opinion, even though it's horrible. It looks horrible for other people, but you're happy with it. So I don't think it's my place to tell you that it's beautiful. I like it. But if it's a close friend, I would completely be honest and tell the truth. But yeah, usually these minor things like little lies doesn't hurt anybody.
Miss Cookie Dough, on what occasion do you lie?
I think I only lie if I don't want to hurt somebody. Just like Pietra said, if I don't want to hurt somebody, then I would lie to try to make them happy, to compliment them, to help them to not be a negative person to them. Mm-hmm. To try to like push them through. But I think I wouldn't like lie completely like Pietra did. I think I would give like an advice, like maybe you should change the color, maybe you should change the type of dress or everything. I would try to improve my lie to not be a complete lie, to try to help a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Oh, sorry?
No, I said I'm gonna start doing that now. Trying to be like, oh, what about another color or another model? I don't know.
Yeah, if they've saved the receipt, I guess, right? Because otherwise it's too late. These next two questions are very gendered because the questionnaire is from the late 19th century. Miss Cookie Dough, what is the quality you most like in a man?
That's in a man. I think it would be the honesty. Mm-hmm. I think the most important thing to me in a man would be his honesty. If he's honest with me, like 100%, he can tell me everything, even if it's right or wrong. Like, I don't care. As long as he's honest with me, I will trust him like forever.
Yeah. Pietra Parker, quality you most like in a man?
Well, I think I like two things. First is how he makes me laugh and smile, because I like people that makes me happy. And also confidence. I think not only a man, but everybody that is confident, they really know what they want in life. So they're not gonna be, giving you like BS excuses for anything. So if he's confident with what he wants, he's gonna be with you no matter what people can tell him or anything. So I think this shows confidence and sense of humor, maybe.
This obviously these questions are from 100 years ago. So what is the quality you most like in a woman, Miss Cookie Dough?
I think it would be
for me charisma. The same. I think confidence.
Confidence is for a man. And
charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. I'm so sorry, exactly. It was your cookie.
You can go, girl. Go.
No, you know why? Because my connection is bad, so sometimes I don't really hear everything. But okay, so I think confidence, a confident woman, an empowered woman is like everything. So I love empowered, confident women.
I think it would be, for me, a charismatic and also a confident woman. Because when you have charisma, I think everybody would think you're lovely. That's something really beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Miss Cookie Dough, what do you most dislike about your appearance?
I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know. I think it would be my ears. I think my ears are too big. My youth, my young years, I was like hating my years for my whole team. Everybody was speaking me about it, and I think that's the only thing that I most hate about my appearance.
Okay. Pietra Parker?
But I want to say, Cookie, you have beautiful ears, and I actually had the same experience, and I still hardly handle the fact that like if my hair doesn't cover my ears. But you're so much more confident. I was like, wow, I wish I had the same story, but your confidence right now.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was actually Uli's
go through this.
For me, I think I would say I have some extra pounds that I would love to get rid of them, but like I can do that if I want to, but I'm lazy for going to the gym and change my diet. So it's something that I can change, but I don't. But I hate having these extra pounds on me. But I'm fine with it. It's not something that, oh my God, I hate myself. No. If I had to change something, I would just, throw away these extra pounds that I don't need them in my life.
Okay.
Which living person do you most despise?
Is it me or Petra?
It's Pietra.
Can you repeat?
Which living person do you most despise? Like the person you most despise, who's alive right now?
That I don't like them, that I hate them, that I feel disgusted.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say there are two men. They put their hands together and go burning hell. That would be the president of Brazil and the president of the United States. So I'm disgusted by them and by their followers, and I'm not afraid to say this because people who support what they preach, for me, they are like just the same. So yeah, I have to say them.
Mm-hmm. Cookie?
Yeah, for me, it's the same thing, same answer. These are the two men that I like most despise right now. I can't stand each of one of them, and even the followers.
Yeah.
Miss Cookie Dough, which words or phrases do you most overuse, do you think?
I most overuse. Oh my God. I'm repeating myself so many things that I don't remember now. I don't know. I think I would say that I overuse because I have two state of minds that I want things on the time that I want, like right now, or I want to leave things to do like for tomorrow. So I would say like, let's do something right now, or let's leave it for tomorrow. That's the two sentences that I most use on my daily basis.
It's interesting that you overuse both of those. So you're inclined to put things off or deal with things now?
Yeah, I'm like 8 or 800, It's not even 80, it's like 800. It's the completely opposite.
Yeah. Pietra Parker, phrases or words you most overuse?
Can I cuss here?
Yeah.
I think so. We're not network television.
No, I'm just kidding. But I think the word that I've been using a lot since last year that I really brought into my life and started using for many situations is whatever. When I went to see a show last year from another drag queen, she was telling this story about how this worked. And I was in a very difficult state of mind because I'm very perfectionist. So and like I said, things hit me the harder way. So people started saying things that hurt my feelings. And then she was telling the same situation that happened to her. And then she decided to just say, you know what? Whatever. You can say whatever you want to say about me. You can have your own opinion. I'm just going to grab a glass of wine and say, whatever, bitch. Just say whatever you want to say. I'll be living my life. So that's... And I totally believe that now. So if you have something to say about me that is bad and is gonna hurt me, I'm just gonna look at you like, you know what? whatever. I'm keeping doing me, so deal with it.
Yeah, great. The glass of wine helps too, I think. That's a nice add-on, right?
Yeah.
What or who, Miss Cookie Dough, is the greatest love of your life?
The greatest love of my life. It has to be my husband.
Yeah.
He's the guy that supports me on everything I want to do. He was the one supporting me when I started doing drag, who was like going with me to drugstores and everything to buy like makeup, who searched for wigs with me and everything, who thinks about my videos for Instagram. So yeah, the person that I most love is my husband.
Great. Pietra.
Oh, that's so cute. Me too. I have to say the same thing. My husband, because he is like the person who gives more support. And you know, I've been married to him for so many years now, and then he's always by my side. He's the first person who encourages me to do everything that I want to do. He believes in me, and he gives me the support that I need to be the person that I am. So I have to say my husband.
Nice. Pietra, when and where were you happiest?
What?
When and where, in what situation were you happiest?
Okay. Well, so I had so many happy moments in my life. I can say that the first time I performed as a drag queen on a stage, I was very happy because that was a dream that I saw. It happened in a very good way, and the feedback was amazing. So I was very happy. My wedding day was a very happy day, even though I cried a lot, but I was crying because I was very happy. So yeah, I think these two situations I can tell you.
Yeah. Cookie?
I think to me would be the day that I got my first date with my husband. You know, that we went to the beach and we talk a lot. I talk about my past experience. He talked about his life. And at some point, I was so tired of meeting other people and never like worked. And when I met him and like after our date, we stopped at the subway, and right behind us there was a sign, an advertising or something, and he was like a little bit away from me, and between us there was like a little heart. And when we saw it, we were like crazy, and like I think that moment when he laughed back at me when he saw it, I think it was my happiest moment. Then I realized I wanted to live with him and take my life with him.
It's like a scene out of a movie.
Exactly.
I want to put this in a movie.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Pietra, which talent would you most like to have?
I would love to sing, to know how to sing very well. Like, if I were a good singer, Jesus, I think I would be like disgusting. I would be like, I would love to know how to sing, but unfortunately, I'm horrible. But when I'm taking my shower, I perform in the shower, and I believe like I'm Beyonce. So whatever.
And you know, that's basically what Beyonce does too. She performs in the shower and she thinks she's Beyonce. So it's really
that's how she started.
Well, the difference is she is.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah.
She actually is. So what can I do?
To me, it would be the same thing to sing because I love singing. My husband actually sings. So he tried to teach me and it didn't really work out. But I'm still singing in the shower, singing when I'm cooking. I'm singing every time, even though it's not really good.
If you could change one thing about yourself, Miss Cookie Dough, what would it be?
I think I would be more confident.
Okay.
Because I'm really insecure about everything all the time. I'm always like overthinking everything. overthinking about like other people's opinions. So I think I would be more confident about everything that I do and everything that I want to do.
Pietra.
Yeah, me too. I think I care too much about people's opinion. Not as much as before. I'm really working on this issue with me, but also I would like to be a little less perfectionist because life is not perfect, right? We have flaws. So as artists, I think we always want to be and give our best in all the details, but sometimes it's not possible. Like we are men dressed as women. We don't have women features. I mean, I'm talking about my own experience. So I'm never gonna be that perfect. So I have to deal with it and I have to live with it and I'll be appreciated just the same. So this is something that I'm also working, about changing this. Nothing is perfect and let's be happy with the way things are.
Mm-hmm. Pietra, what do you consider your greatest achievement?
Well, at this moment, I have to say starting my drag career because this is something that I always wanted to do, even when I was in Brazil. But I come from a very conservative family in Brazil, so things for me were very difficult there. I could never, I remember when I came out to my parents, and then one thing my father told me was like, okay, you want to be gay? I can deal with that, but don't start wearing women's clothes. So this stayed in my mind forever. Yeah, this is, and I mean, among all other horrible things I've heard from my parents at that time, but so that held me for so long, and when I finally did it, like I have my career now, this makes me so happy that I can say that, well, it took time, but I'm finally here and I'm happy now.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Coquito, what do you consider your greatest achievement?
I think my greatest achievement would be to move in here to New York, because in my background, in the poor little neighborhood that I used to live in Rio, I used to like dream about coming to New York, to live here, and like to be doing what we're doing now, to be speaking English like this. And when I was young, I never thought it would be possible. It was just a dream. So I think like moving here was my greatest achievement. It was the thing that I'm most proud that I can say to anyone that I did it. It's one of my dreams that I realized.
What did you all? I know Rio is a big city too, like New York. But did you all know each other back in Rio or no?
No, we met here.
No, we met here.
Yeah, that's always the way. I think I'm from Virginia, and some of my closest friends from Virginia I had to meet in New York City. Miss Cookie Dough, if you were to die and come back as a person or a thing, what would it be or who?
I don't know. I think it would be. I think I would come back like I don't know, like a butterfly, so I can fly free.
A butterfly?
Yeah, I think right now in my mind,
but you're gonna die soon.
But then I can be reborn again.
That's right.
I come back as
like the butterfly effect.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think I would like to be free, like a butterfly, like to just fly whatever I want and do whatever I want, eat everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pietra Parker?
Okay, first we have to acknowledge that we live in a world that is Madonna's world. We just live in this planet, but the planet belongs to Madonna, right? That's a fact. So I would love to be Madonna. Let's be real. She owns this world. The universe is hers. So I would love to have that power. I would love to be Madonna because, girl, what a person.
What a person.
My friend Madge, my neighbor. Love her.
You do know, Pietra, when we get Madonna on the podcast, she will say, I would love to come back as Pietra Parker.
She will.
For sure.
I'm sure she will. And she
sure.
better because, yeah.
Exactly. Miss Cookie Dough, where would you most like to live?
I think it would be San Francisco, I guess. I've never been there, but like from where I study, the places like me and my husband, we were planning to move out from New York. And I think that would be the place where I want to like start my family, to get my house, to get my children and everything, to create like a family and everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Pietra, where would you most like to live?
Okay, so I've been living in New York for more than 10 years already. I come from Rio, which is a very hot place. The weather is amazing, like most of the year. So coming to New York was a struggle at first because it's really cold during winter and fall. We have like more than half of the year cold, right? And I can't stand there anymore. So I'm now, like I said, moving to California, and I'm so happy and full of dreams, going to the beach, have a beautiful weather. And that's where I want to be right now. But I also would like to live in Paris one day because I love Paris. I love the French and I love everything about that culture. So hopefully, who knows, in other 10 years or so, I'm going to be moving to Paris.
In Paris spends probably practically half your waking life and most of your dreaming life in Paris and in France.
That's right. So yeah, Pietra, when you move there, we'll be neighbors again somehow, like we are in the village now. Yes, I'm going to look you up. Even if Madonna's your best friend by then, I'm still going to expect you to remember me from now. What is your most treasured?
Of course.
Thank you. Yes. What is your most treasured possession, Pietra?
Well, I don't think I really have like something that. Yeah, I have a few trophies that I won during high school when I was part of a poetry competition in school. Okay. So I've gained many trophies, and I was very good poet that time. So yeah, I think they're very important for me. It's more of it's not like the thing itself, the trophy itself, but the whole story behind them. So I think I would say that.
Yeah. Miss Cookie Dough, your most treasured possession?
I don't know. I don't think I have something that valuable as a thing. I think the only thing that I have that is, to me, is my treasure. It would be my husband.
Yeah.
That is the thing that is the only thing to me that is everything to me at the same time. If I have him, I can do everything.
What do you regard, Cookie, as the lowest depth of misery?
Wow, that's a very deep question, girl.
Yeah. You got me. Oh my God, that's really deep. Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, what do you regard as the lowest depth of misery? What do you think would just be the worst situation or thing or experience?
I think the lowest state of misery will be like somebody that stopped believing in love.
Yeah.
I think that would be the lowest state because it's when you go to a dark place that is hard to bring you back since you don't believe in love, you don't believe in people, you don't believe in caring. So I think that would be the lowest for me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Pietra?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. And also when you see yourself alone and with no one that can cheer you up or support you, someone that you can count on, I think this can lead to big problems, like you really stop when you stop believing in yourself, then you stop believing in what people can offer you as a good thing. I think when you have nowhere to go or nothing else to do, nothing matters to you, I think that's when you're like really in a big problem.
Pietra, what is your favorite occupation? The job you would most like to do, or the way to spend your time?
Well, since I cannot be a singer because I don't know how to sing, I'm very happy with what I'm doing now. Being a drag queen, being able to express everything that I feel, how I see the world through my art, through my performances, being on stage, talking to people, hugging people. I love this. So I think I'm really living the best moment of my life at this moment, because I mean not exact this moment because we're not doing anything, but you know, when I'm on stage performing, that's when I feel complete. So I'm very happy with what I do.
Miss Cookie Dough?
The occupation. Yeah, I think I would say the same thing as Pietra when I'm performing. I think that's the stage where I feel like complete, as she said. And yeah, even though I never performed live, but something that I wanted to do so much, because my drag kind of started in the beginning of the quarantine. So it's like a bedroom drag.
She's a quarantine queen.
She's a quarantine queen, exactly.
Queen, yes, okay.
Word.
She's a bedroom queen. Yeah, so when I'm performing, I think that's the best thing ever.
Okay.
What, Miss Cookie Dough, is your most marked characteristic? The aspect of you that you think other people notice in you the first or the most?
I think it would be my charisma. Because even though sometimes I'm really insecure, I'm always like a happy person. I always try to help everybody. I always try to be nice to everybody. So I think it would be my charisma. That I think that's what people like remember me and like notice me at first.
Yeah, Pietra.
I was thinking of answering something else, but then when Cookie said when people meet him for the first time, that's what they see and they notice about her. So I think in my case, I smell very good, girl. So I think what people notice about me is my perfume.
She does. She does.
I like smelling good. I like putting a good perfume. Like when I go to the club, everybody knows I'm there because I smell good, which is not very common because some queens out there, Jesus Christ. Not naming names, but all I can say is I smell good.
Do you want to give a shout out to any favorite fragrance brands, or is that a special secret? Your signature scent?
No, it's a secret. I don't want to reveal my secret.
Fair enough.
But you know what's interesting? When I'm in Pietra, I like sweet perfumes, you know, very women kind of perfume. And when I'm not as Pietra, I hate the smell of sweet perfume.
Really?
Which is so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I really enjoy wearing the sweet perfume as possible. But it's not bad. Don't take this wrong. Like when you smell me, I hope you guys have this chance someday. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can smell her from miles away.
Yeah, that doesn't come through on Zoom. The charisma, yes, but the smell, we haven't figured out that technology yet. What do you most value in your friends, Cookie Dough?
What I most value in my friends? I think it would be their background. Because I love that most of my friends, they have different stories. They came from different places. And I get to see like a little bit of everybody's story from how can I say that? How can I explain that? The point of view from them, from their life, from their background about whatever we are talking about. I think that what is most valuable on my friends, that they all have different backgrounds. I have that I don't have many friends that are from the same race, from the same culture. So I think that's the most valuable thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, sorry, I think Cookie, hold on one second. I think the connection cut out. So it's the background of your friends. Is it?
Yeah, that's the backgrounds of my friends, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, because I just want to be sure we caught that.
Sure.
Yeah. Pietra Parker, what do you most value in your friends?
Well, I think I don't have, no, it's not that I don't think, I'm sure. I don't have a lot of friends because for me to call someone a friend, that takes time because, before I used to call everybody a friend and then I got frustrated. So today, the group of friends that I have, they are not a lot, but they are very special to me because we share the same, not all the time, but we respect each other, we support each other. When we are wrong, we're there to tell that person is wrong, but we are with them no matter what. So I think the most important thing that I value from my friends is the support that they provide me and vice versa.
Yeah.
Pietra, who are your favorite writers?
Okay. I don't really like to read very deep things, philosophical stuff.
Same thing, girl.
I like mystery. I like when I read a book, I like to read more about fiction, mystery, and so I love Stephen King because come on, he's like you cannot stop reading his books when you start.
Right.
And I have to say that I also like Dan Brown because I like he's crazy. He's completely nuts sometimes when he's describing a situation. You're like, no. But it's fun. So I like it. Yeah. And also
you can't put those books down.
Yeah, and I also like Paulo Coelho. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Of course. Sure.
Yeah. He's a Brazilian writer. He's more on this philosophical side that I said that I don't like very much. But in his case, he mixed this philosophical mind with fiction. So there's a story and there's some meaning behind that you can always relate to it. So I like him too.
Yeah. Okay.
Me would be Paulo Coelho from Brazil also.
Yeah.
Stephen King that I love. And I used to love J.K. Rowling from the Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
But then recently she came out with some transphobic statements that I just had to stop liking her.
Yeah, so it's very hard, I think, for the trans community to really put up with that because I think it comes across in a way that really sort of doesn't recognize this community at all. So I think it's very hard for people to now get their head around the love for Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's
really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody who wrote so many beautiful stories on those books can be that person. I don't connect them, but I just dislike her right now.
Right. Who is your hero of fiction or film, an invented character?
To me, it would be like Wonder Woman. That's the one that I most love. Shining costumes, a woman in power. That's my hero.
Yes, nice. And Pietra?
I love Storm.
Yes.
Oh, girl, she has all the power. She can make it rain. Rain on me, Lady Gaga.
Rain on us.
Rain on us. I mean, she's amazing.
And that is actually two nice heroines for Pride, I think, Storm and
right?
Wonder Woman, right?
And she's mysterious too, right? She's not she has a certain power in her personality. You cannot mess with Storm. That's what I mean.
Which, maybe we'll start with you, Pietra. Which historical figure do you most identify with?
That's a very difficult question, too.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have no.
But I have an answer.
Yes.
Okay, you tell.
I think I have to say Cleopatra.
I was waiting for that. Yes.
Me and Cleo, I used to call her Cleo. I like to call her Cleo.
They were really best friends.
We have so many things in common, and I think I've done some numbers inspired by Cleopatra in the past because I think she's full of beauty. She's known for her beauty, for her power of seducing someone. The like a femme fatale figure. And for my character, for Pietra Parker, I'm talking as Pietra. I think this is a trace of my personality too. I like to seduce people. And I'm not saying in a sexual way. I'm saying like in bringing people to my world, and make them pay attention to what I'm doing. So, sorry, I have to say Cleopatra. I love her. Call me Cleo.
Thanks, Cleo. She was the Madonna in the world, I guess, right?
We are in the same group of friends. We are in the same group there. Pietra, Madonna, and Cleopatra. You can't sit with us.
I think Caroline told me this, that when Marcel Proust answered this questionnaire, he was 15 years old. He was not a famous writer. And Cleopatra was his answer to this question.
See?
He knew he was going to be a star, but he was 15, a teenager, and he said, this is the historical figure, which I think for a boy in France in 1895 was a bit of a daring answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he had gotten to see the most famous actress alive at that time was called Sarah Bernhardt, and she had appeared as Cleopatra in the theaters in Paris in the most unbelievable headgear and jewelry and makeup and dresses. God. She was so unbelievable, and I think a lot of that must have been for Proust, who, as far as we know, never tried drag, but I think that was what really captivated him. She was so ornately fat, tricked out and blinged out, and she just was stunningly beautiful. So yeah, I think I do see that in your same friend group with
pretty much what Pietra Parker is.
Basically, yeah, in modern form. Miss Cookie Dough?
I think I would say the same thing if Pietra said everything. I think it would be Cleopatra, but talking about my drag, that would be the one. Mm-hmm. And she said everything.
Carrie, I don't know if it's my next question. I'll just take number 30. Who are your heroes in real life? Anybody who's alive who you admire?
To me, would say,
no, go.
To me, okay. I would say my parents and I would say my parents. Mm-hmm. They are my heroes. They are the ones that I look up to. They were the one that taught me everything that I think that I got from them that is good, that is this good that I bring to the world.
Mm-hmm. I think I have to say right now, and I really feel this way, are the people who are really working on this front line in this pandemic situation that we're in now, like the nurses, the doctors, the people that are really fighting for our lives. For real, this is not easy. And they're there. I mean, they're heroes, So I have to say them because that's how I really feel at this moment.
What, Miss Cookie Dough, are your favorite names?
Oh my God. I really like the name Rachel for a girl for some reason. I think it's because of the series Glee that I watched and I was so obsessed about. And I really like my husband's name, which is Claire Dilton, which is such a different name. When I met him, he introduced himself with a nickname, which is Tito. And when he told me his real name, I just laughed so hard and so loud.
Bullying. That's called bullying.
It's called love.
It's for love. Yeah, I think that's the best name for me for a boy. It's his name.
Cool.
Well, I like more of like Latinos names because I think they're sexy. Besides my name, of course, Pietra is amazing, but I like, for example, Daniela, Carmen, Sophia. I think these names are very beautiful. Priscilla. For men, I don't care. Valentina.
Men, you don't care. Pietra, what is it that you most dislike?
Prejudice. In all kinds of prejudice. I know we live in a society that we are taught from early stages that some things are better than other things, that certain behavior is more tolerable or is correct than the others. And this unfortunately makes a great impact on those who are suffering that prejudice. Like I experienced that myself. I believe most of gay people, trans, lesbian, non-binary, whatever you call yourself, we lived with this with us from early beginning. So this is horrible, and this is something that I really cannot tolerate in someone. Of course, people don't know everything. Of course, it takes time for you to learn and put yourself out of this bubble that you're raised in, whatever. But if I see that someone is really ignorant to the point of discriminating someone from what the person is, that person has no chance with me at all. So prejudice, I think, is one of the things that I most dislike.
Yeah. Ms. Cookie, though?
I totally agree with Pietra on the prejudice, but I also don't like people that have hate on their hearts. Like they want to be ignorant. They don't try to learn and try to understand people's problem. They just see something that they're not used to and they don't like, then they start hating it. Mm-hmm. So that's something I don't like.
What, Miss Cookie Dough, is your greatest regret?
Oh God. Jeez. You want to go first, Pietra?
I can.
Yeah, go, because
this can sound weird for the parents. Don't let your kids listen to this podcast. But I think I regret listening too much to what my parents told me to do. For example, when I was a teenager, I did acting. Right? I was an actor in Brazil for 10 years. And then when it was time for me to go to college, I really wanted to do acting. I really wanted to go to acting school, and my parents didn't like that idea. Before, they supported me with my acting career, but when it was time to go to college, they saw acting as something like, that's not serious, that's not gonna take you anywhere. No. And unfortunately, I depended on them for this, so financially speaking. So I really had to, I did journalism, which is, I like it too. During the time I was looking for something that I could communicate with people, and journalism, was fine. But I regret listening to that. I think I should have gone with whatever I wanted to do. And if my parents didn't like me, I could be a rebel. I could leave home. I don't know, But I regret not following what I really wanted to do. And also the drag career, I could have started a long way before. But I didn't because of my family. I was worried too much about what they were going to say. So, yeah, I regret that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think my greatest regret would be waiting so long to come out to my parents. Because I think I started identifying as a gay male person on my 12 years. And from that to my 16 years, over 4 years that I got into some depression, that I stopped talking to them because I was afraid of what they were thinking of me. And it was such a dark place at that moment that I think it's the only thing that I regret. I think I regret waiting for these 4 years and waiting for it to get in the lowest point I think I could get until was kind of forced to come out to them. I think that's my greatest regret. I wish I'd done it sooner.
Yeah, thank you for these answers. And I think we hope that parents are listening to this podcast to think that, to say that parents can listen and say, how can you create an atmosphere where your kids can talk and can actually talk about themselves much earlier? When both of you are saying that would have been such an advantage, and your parents came around and you've said they're the greatest heroes for you. But in some ways, if people are listening, that it doesn't just, the burden isn't just on people in the LGBT community, that we have to have the courage and confidence, but that actually parents can listen now and say, wow, I never thought about it actually, that I could actually be more attuned and give this space. So I think that is the hope, that from your answers, because I love that you said your mother, your father, those are your heroes. And now you're saying it took them a while. So we're just hoping that the conversation can be for them. So you're saying kids should listen, parents should listen to this.
Exactly. No, that's totally true. I take back what I said before, but parents.
I just am enforcing it. I'm saying it's actually for the people who are the gatekeepers of your child's future to say.
And I think parents need to listen to their children.
Yeah, that's right.
Because in the future, the parents are gonna have, parents have a big role during the raising, the formation, blah blah blah. But in the future, when you're adulthood, your parents are not gonna pay your bills, right? They're not gonna be like taking care. I mean, in general, but we have to follow what we want to do, our passion, and our parents, of course, have to support us. So yeah, these are very great examples. I hope you listen, parents.
I hope you listen, parents.
Is my question the next one? How, Miss Cookie Dough, how would you like to die?
Oh, I think I would like to die sleeping, having like a real dream close to my husband, cuddling. I think like really
at the top
old,
of a mountain,
really old. That's how I like to end. The
feeling
top of
a
mountain.
breeze on your face,
sleeping on my backyard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Like I said, I'm scared of the way I'm gonna die, so I don't want to die like in an accident, like planes. I hate flying. I always think the plane's gonna crash. It's horrible, but I feel like that. What can I do? But yeah, I hope I die like very old, like 100 plus, sleeping, but still able to do everything that I can, like move. These are things that I always, think about, like if I'm gonna always need someone to help me to do basic stuff. I don't like that. So I hope I just die, conscious, calm, sleeping, and go to heaven, because I know I'm going there.
Madonna will let you in. Exactly.
She is.
Yeah, she controls that too.
She controls everything.
Totally.
Pietra, what is your motto?
I think my motto would be, yes, I can. I can. We can. Right? Yeah. We just have to focus. We have to work hard, make it happen. Forget about other things. Focus. Get something that you want to do and do it. And if you fail, do it again or find something else. But we can never stop believing. So yeah.
Great. Miss Cookie Dough, motto?
My motto, I think it would be like, you can do everything you want if you put your heart and your mind to it. Anything. It doesn't matter what you want to do, you can do anything. If you put your heart and your mind on it, you're gonna get it.
That's beautiful. Thank you both.
So before we say muito obrigado, which we want to say first of all, and we both feel, Carrie and I, like, we feel bad because I no falo Portuguese, so we in Portuguese, but I have a lot of goals and, get that done to learn some Portuguese, but we want to thank you, and we want to ask you one additional question. Who would you like to hear answer these questions on our podcast? What's a person you would love to tune in and listen to answer these questions?
Any person?
Who should be a guest on our show? They have to be as fabulous as you, so we want that level.
I know, because that's difficult. I didn't even think about it.
It's gonna be hard.
Exactly.
Let me think. I think I would say Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, yes, AOC. We would love her on the show, yes.
I think she will give very nice answers. She has a lot to share. So I think so.
Oh, and she's fabulous too.
She is. Yeah, she is. She's fabulous.
Yes, fellow New Yorker, and so we would love to get her on the show, yes.
I was actually thinking about Cortez too, but I think it would be interesting to have Dominic Jackson. She's a trend actress from Pose.
Yes.
I think it would
amazing.
be I think it would be really interesting to see her like answering these questions.
Beautiful idea. So Dominic Jackson, also a judge on Legendary, and
Yes,
and AOC was a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race a couple episodes ago. So both of them are well familiar with this world. But Dominic Jackson from Pose would be an amazing guest.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fantastic. Those are great ideas. We want to thank you really, and I want to restate something. I think in the beginning I was so flustered and excited to see you that I probably sped all this up. I want to repeat that while we are in quarantine doing this Pride, people can find you on Instagram. So it's at Pietra Parker.
Yes.
It's Pietra Parker, at Miss Cookie Dough, MISSCOOKIEDOUGH. Then Caroline Weber 2020 is your Instagram. Proust.questionnaire is the other Instagram for this show. I'm Uli NYC. It's ULI NYC. I just want to reiterate the Instagram because while we're all in social isolation, you guys are fabulous online. So we can see your art there as well. And we are so happy that you joined us for Pride, especially. I think especially at this moment when we're going through the social transformation with Black Lives Matter, Black Trans Lives Matter, that everybody is becoming aware that really this country can do so much better to recognize and acknowledge everybody. And Caroline, also, I think that you're one of the major experts in the world on queens.
and now so much more thanks to our two guests. I loved meeting both of you here in Zoom. I hope one day to be able to see you and smell you in person.
Yes, please. It will be my pleasure.
Yeah. We want to have a party for all of our guests whenever the kind of lockdown lifts. So you all will be the stars of the show as you always are. But in the meantime, stay well and safe. And adeus. How do you say?
Adeus.
Adeus. Yeah.
Até logo is better.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Thank you very much for having me. I really loved it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.